Hello. Hello and welcome. Oh, hi, Cindy. That was so fast. Nice to see you. Maya, nice to see you. Yeah, good morning. Good morning, Crow. Hello from Vancouver. Please say hello. Facebook has changed its dashboard here, so I'm like getting used to this whole thing. Yeah, hi. Lisa, nice to see you. Well, see you. Be here with you. Yeah. Oh, Linda, good morning. Yeah, good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome to Ali. Yeah, nice to have you here. Thank you. So I guess I'm a visual person, eh? To say nice to see you. You can all see me. So yeah, welcome to, I'm going to get started here and then just say hello to people as they come in. I got, as always, lots to share, and I'm just really happy to be here with you. And so I actually want to, hi Carrie, I just want to start, hey Lois, thank you. I want to start with just taking a few deep breaths, everybody, and let's just take a few deep breaths and bring in some light into our bodies and consciousness. There's so much going on in the world, and I'd like to set an intention. Hi, Dina. And so and I have a prayer that may the light of Source surround you and all of us. May the love of Source enfold you. May the power of Source protect you, and may Source play their healing hands upon you and heal you quickly. May the presence of Source watch over you, and may wherever you go, Source and love be, right? And so, yeah, setting an intention for connection here, as we all meet together, for those of you that are live and those of you that watch this later, and setting an intention that in our hearts today, we just bring light into the world. Okay. And so, hi, Larissa. So great to be here with all of you. So, just briefly, because I know many of you watch this later on YouTube. Hello, thank you all for saying hello, like Shiona and Deb, and yeah, so great. If you've not met me before, my name is Marlyna, and I've been involved in the world of metaphysics for a long time, right? And nearly 30 years. I've always had an awareness from actually the moment, I think almost since I've been born, is that we're all connected. And for as long as I can also remember, I've known that I am more than a body in this lifetime, that there's just more to life. And that knowing has made me my whole life search for answers, whether it's in metaphysics or whether it's in psychology or whether it's in religion, and spirituality. And so I've traveled the world to study with different masters for the last 30 years and to study different spiritual disciplines. And through all that study, while I'm an expert in Feng Shui and was actually given the title of master, where I am different is I so firmly know that we are all connected. There are no winners or losers. We all are here to play out in different forms what's going on. And when we take responsibility for who we are and our energies, we change the world. And yes, we can use metaphysics and time to make that happen. And we can consciously take responsibility for who we are. So I want to talk to you for a little bit. Hi, Adriana and Melanie. Hello, everybody. I want to talk to you just for a minute about how does energy work. Before I get into the energy of the water rabbit and all that stuff that's going on, this is really, really important because we've all chosen at this time to incarnate now, right? Like, why are we here now? Well, we're here to actually be part of the change. This is not happening to us. This is happening for us, right? And so how can there be peace in the world if there's no peace in our heart, right? And so really that's a big, let that land with you for a minute. everything you manifest as well in your life, because I think it's really quite easy to manifest and to learn the laws of metaphysics and things, but where are you manifesting from? Are you manifesting from fear, or are you manifesting from love, right? And so in the beginning, you know, we like, when we're born into the world of duality, and duality is yin and yang. But within the duality, there is our ego and there is our spirit. There is both, right? And this is actually now very much at the core of my teachings, in learning how to work with both. And if we're just only associated with the ego, there is never enough. There is not enough in the world that can make you feel happy and at peace. It is by learning to actually see that we're all energy and connected, and then from that place working. Because when we come from our hearts, there is abundance. But when we manifest from fear, we only manifest more fear. So this year, particularly in 2022, this is a very, very powerful year in the Water Tiger year. And I shared with you last month, like how many of you did the meditation on February 18th, which was Water Tiger Day in the Water Tiger year, month in the Water Tiger year. And at 3 in the morning, it was Water Tiger hour. Now I'm going to focus here. I have studied Western astrology and I've studied Vedic astrology, but my focus here for you is with primarily my strength is in Chinese astrology. And I love Chinese astrology because it's quite visual. And the big thing that I really love about Chinese astrology as well, or Chinese metaphysics, is the concept that there are 3 factors that control our destiny: heaven, earth, and man. Okay, and so it is, heaven is the blueprint in this lifetime that you have chosen to incarnate with. It's the personality, because it's not the truth of who you are. The truth of who you are is the soul that came in. But in this lifetime, you are a personality with strengths and weaknesses. And that personality, just like a banana or a tomato or things within nature, is affected by time and space. Okay, so we can't change what we chose to be born with, but we can work with it. 33% of your destiny is where you live. It also has a vibrational blueprint that connects with the blueprint that you are. So you can manifest when you actually know how to connect with that. And many, many, many of you, good morning to all of you. So happy to be here with you. Many of you, many of us, before we actually knew the rules of metaphysics, if you will, because there are rules in schools, it's actually quite mathematical, have been doing that intuitively. You've intuitively known certain areas of the city made you feel calmer, certain parts of the house made you feel better. And so 33% of our destiny is where we live, and 33% of our destiny is what we do. And the part of what we do is not only action oriented, it goes to our thoughts. And our thoughts are so important because most of us, there's all these thought, imagine the world is full of thought bubbles, right? There's all these thought bubbles out there. Which thought bubbles are you listening to? Because the voice of your higher self inside your head sounds the same as the voice of the ego, right? And this is where the inner work is really important. And that's what's happening now in time, is we are being asked to do the inner work, combined with manifesting in that, but through the inner work. And this is why we're doing the full moon circles. And I'm really excited to have Agatha and Yuko with us and doing that. And stay tuned, there's going to be more. And Lois will put up the link so you can register for it. Because what we're going to do through the next months to come, I'm not sure if it's this month, we're going to go through all the chakras, right? But by doing the inner work, because how our bodies work, if you will, is we actually are absorbing the memories of our ancestors. Stuck in us is the memories of our childhood. And we have chakras. There's so many things about energy that we get stuck in unconscious thinking. And where we're at right now is we're becoming conscious. And with the war and with all the things that are happening right now, we're being tested. Do you choose fear or love? Because how can we change the energy in the world if you have war in your household, if you have war in your mind, if you have war in your city? Like, are you at war with people in your life? The wars in the world will continue until we learn to calm down ourselves. So age 9, the age of transformation that we are heading into, or this year, 2022, the portals of this year are such that every single month is aligned with the next 12 years. So we have these magnificent opportunities right now to create change in our lives. And I'm going to tell you, honestly, it's a bit of a good news, bad news thing, because you can only consciously start to choose peace if you see the drama and you see the fear. It just won't come up for you if your life is easy. And so many people, and I've talked about this, are facing their shadow. They're looking at their shadow, and the shadow is coming up in ways of illness. It's coming up in ways of family issues. It's coming up with ways, so many different ways, right? That people are fear, it's like, oh no, like, what do you focus on? This is the work. And it's like constantly, it's like, yes, we can do Feng Shui, but I'm also telling you at the same time, when you do your Feng Shui and when you do your intentions, are they coming from your heart or are they coming from fear? The water of the tiger year, and the water, is fear. But the tiger and the pillar together is a spiritual pillar offering us opportunities. Okay, so consciousness through awareness. This is what's happening. So manifesting, I said I'd talk about conscious manifesting. You can manifest, like conscious manifesting. Actually, I would say the first thing for conscious manifesting is to come from a state of gratitude in the moment that you do it, which is the present moment. Because if you can't be happy now, how can you manifest something, right? Like if we think, oh, I'll be happy when that happens, you're manifesting from fear. You actually have to, like, there's flowers everywhere. Do they need to be in your house? No, you can appreciate the flowers in the world. There's abundance everywhere. Does it actually need to be in your house? No. Right? Like these are things, it's like from that moment, if we can actually from a moment of really start experiencing gratitude in our lives, then we'll actually, because our souls, our hearts want us to be happy. And so conscious manifestation, take a deep breath and get into the present moment. And, this is the work that we're doing through the full moon circle as well, as releasing what needs to be released and the blocks. Years ago, as I was studying Feng Shui, I thought that if you learned the perfect formula, you would just go find the perfect place. And I know many of you here are practitioners and have studied with me and others for years. I was shocked years ago in a lessons with a master, as I was like, oh, if I knew the perfect formula, I could just go find it. It doesn't work like that. You can't attract it if your vibration isn't high enough. You actually have to work on the yin as well as the yang. Just like when people win the lottery, right? And then they lose all their money, because their vibration isn't of worthiness. And so learning, and how do we actually bring more peace into our lives? Maybe we don't know how to feel peaceful inside, but maybe you could go give it to somebody else. You could give some love, you could give some smiles, you could give some kindness, because in the process of giving things, we actually learn to raise the vibration for ourselves. So age 9, the age of Aquarius, all these things that we're going through are about doing both the inner work and the outer work. It's about balancing yin and yang. And will we get it? I don't know if we'll get it. The earth has killed itself off 5 times, humanity has, right? But that's actually part of evolution, right? And so I'm not sure what will happen, but what I know is that intrinsic in ourselves is a force that wants to create, and that we cannot stop that force of creation. But the thing is, what do you choose to create? So let's consciously choose peace. And then throughout the day, you have to ask yourself, is what I'm doing now peaceful? And if not, just make a correction. We're so distracted, and we so choose activities and behaviors that do not serve us and raise our vibrations. We eat lousy foods. We watch lousy TV. We're comparing ourselves to things online that don't serve us. All right. This is not going to be an easy year. I actually don't think the next few years will be easy, right? But that doesn't mean that there can't be peace within that. That's actually the work. That's why you've incarnated to be here. So yeah, water tiger year, very much about facing your shadow, okay? Choosing love or fear, joining or, separation. How do we get rid of war? By being friendly within our own lives. It is our own energy in the quantum field that is part of connecting to this. So let's now get right down into the water rabbit month, okay? So the rabbit on its own is a symbol of growth and kindness and flexibility. It's yin wood, right? It's yin wood. And on the 2nd, we also had the new moon in Pisces, which is a make a wish energy, right? And so there's lots of positive things this month for setting intentions and new growth. It's spring here in Vancouver. It just couldn't be more, well, it's almost spring, but the crocuses are coming up and the snowdrops. It's beautiful. On today let me just find here. It's like on the 2nd, we had new moon in Pisces. This is make a wish energy, and this energy is continuing, right? We're still in that. It sets the tone for March. I'm going to talk about the hexagrams as well. We are being tested. So what is it you're setting your intention for, right? This is the make the wish month. And I actually talked about this all last year. Where do you see yourself in 12 years? Hi, everybody. Thank you so much for being here, okay? For those of you that are here live with me and those of you that watch this later. All right, so as predicted, lots of things to distract us and make us scary, not just the war, right? Inflation is happening. The world is unsettled. The stock markets are unsettled. It's like young people are particularly struggling. Do you know that here in Vancouver, more people have died in the last year of drug overdoses and suicide than COVID? Right? So it's like, it's important to remember and to acknowledge those things, and then to consciously choose to bring light into the world. That's actually why we're here, is to consciously choose our light. So we have all chosen a certain personality and a certain strengths and weaknesses in this lifetime to resonate with, if you will. And these things, every month, the vibrations of the month trigger different things. And so, we can say, it's like we can look at your chart and go, oh, this is water. What is water to you? And I'm going to go through that in a second. And we can work with that. But more importantly, all right, because it's so easy to get distracted. Oh, if I do the right activation, I'm going to be happy. You know what? I'm going to give you four activations. But you know what the activations are actually going to do? A lot of times is they activate what you need to look at in order to bring change into your life. And so some of that's cool, some of that sometimes isn't, right? The hexagrams that are governing this month, and these are a guidance, are Marrying Maiden and Great Strength. So these are from two different systems, okay? Great Strength, and this gives us guidance, if you will, for the month, is there's a time for action, but you need help to succeed. Persistence is needed. There's 4 yang lines with 2 yin lines. Great power is available, but the power here referred to is primarily an inner power, although physical strength and vitality are indicated as well. So what's the message there? The message is that the energy of this year continues with this month, that your higher self is trying to talk to you and trying to give you guidance. And so many of the readings that I'm getting right now, people asking for readings with me, are people asking, what's my higher purpose? Or they're feeling called to do something and they're checking with me to see in the chart, does the chart show that too? Like what's going on? Another actually really big thing that I've been seeing in charts and talking to people about and helping people with is pointing out the karma from either the mother or the father or the family line that might be something you need to look at in order to grow, okay? So the next hexagram for this month is Marrying Maiden. So Marrying Maiden is interesting. It's a hexagram that implies that your younger sister is, now so you have to think back in Chinese original thinking, marrying your younger sister to someone, usually as the second wife. So these are back in the days when having more than one wife was happening, and it still happens in certain parts of the world. And if you were the second wife, you were not considered, that was lower in status. These are class societies, and so being lower in status. So it was not considered an honorable wedding to be the second wife, right? And so the energy here is a bit about, okay, humbleness. This is actually what this is. And the way to survive is what it's saying, is to be humble. We have to manage difficult times, sometimes in different ways, and this takes special wisdom. Be honest and humble. Do your best, no matter what the situation. And this is the thing too. Years ago, I realized I chose this life. I couldn't blame my parents. I did a hypnosis with a rebirthing and a regression, and I could see clearly I chose this life. So the second that I realized I chose this life, then the question would be, well, what am I here to learn? It's not about blaming other people for who I am, right? So do your best no matter what the situation. Be grateful, respect your superiors, show loyalty, right? Focus on your inner strengths, because as we do these things, if we do this from our heart, the universe or God or whatever you want to call it, they want us to live a better life, and those doors will open. When we manifest from there, abundance will follow, okay? So yeah, the I Ching advises, be honest and humble and do your best no matter what. Yes, things are hard for many, many of you in many different ways, but don't let that stop you from achieving your goals. So now let's just look at the different charts. Now your individual charts. So some of you are, okay, so am I frozen for everybody, or was that just Carol that's saying I'm frozen? Yeah, I have no way of knowing. Hopefully that this is all working out well. You need your charts now, or you need to know what your day master is, okay? And so it is possible, if you've never done that before, to get a copy of that off my website. But okay, thanks, Cindy, for letting me know. All right, so if you are a water day master, so thanks, Melanie. So every month there's different vibrational energies that we interact with, okay? So the different vibrational energies. So the energy of this month is water and wood, because inside the rabbit is pure wood, right? So what is that to your day master? Okay, and so let's just talk about that first. So a water day master, if you're a water day master, the energy of this month, and there's also special stars, but first let's talk about, it's the water is the friend and or rob wealth element. So that means that there's opportunities to network. And then it sits on top of wood, which is your output, which means network to be creative, network to create something. Now, if you actually have a job and you're looking to make money, this could be ways that you could collaborate together. Yes, some of this depends on whether you're strong or weak, but in general, right away. So, and I know many of you know how to figure that out, whether you're strong or weak, but the opportunities are there to network if you are a water day master, okay? And to be creative, or to create something that'll improve your future, right? That could be potentially money. There might be more opportunities to eat food with friends, or to network, or, you know, those types of things. Let me just see here what I have. So water day masters can also, it's interesting. So when the friend element comes up, what can happen as a result of that is you start comparing yourself to other people, which can cause you to be dissatisfied, right? Because it's like, oh, there's more water. Can I connect with it? Because everything is either an opportunity or a problem. It depends on how you see it. But for water people, you might be comparing yourself this month to other people. And it's like, oh, okay, don't let that stop you. You know the saying too, keep your friends close and your enemies closer. What this actually all goes back to, what are your goals? Because everybody is there to be helpful if you are helpful, all right? Wood Day Master has resource and wood, okay? So friend element, resource and wood. So a little bit, the resource element for wood means that there's technically more support out there for you. Resource can mean noble people. It can mean, you know, it could mean more interactions with your mother. Yeah, problem or opportunity. And so the water for wood, but it could be like, so if resource is strong for you, and if you know how to use it, there are opportunities for you to improve your life. Okay, now how do you want to improve your life? Well, you can improve your health. You can improve your business by getting something that would help you do your systems more easily. You could improve your relationships. Like, resource is something that can technically help you improve yourself. Now, if you're lazy, you'll do nothing with it because you're just going to feel supported without actually creating a long-term thing. But if you're proactive, oh, it's like, if I have resource element, I might hire somebody new, or I might go for massages, or I might get a health treatment, or those types of things. And then the wood element, this is the friend or Rob Wealth element, means yes, there's opportunities for networking and connection. Use them wisely. But often what also happens then is comparing. And when we compare, we get jealous, and then we judge, and we get into separating. Just observe that, right? Like, can you work together for something? This requires good communication. Fire people, if your day master is fire, there is water and wood. So water controls you. Now, for fire people, that can be a little trickier depending on your chart, because water can put out fire, and this is yin water. It can cover the sun. So what can happen then with the yin water being a cloud here is some confusion for particularly yang fire day masters. Not clarity. Clarity might not just be there so easily, but that's okay. It just means take more time to think through what you have to think through. The wood is resource. So now with the wood, you can see, how can I support myself? What do I need to study? Or what can I do to improve my life? Or those types of things. And you work on that. That's available for you this month to work on. Let me just see here. Yeah. And so what happens if there's confusion? Just a tendency then to maybe do the wrong thing, right? And so this again, though, goes to just, what's the wrong thing? It's like, are the things you're doing in alignment with your goals and your values? I talked a lot in the astrology talk for the year earlier this year about is, what are your values? Who are you? What is important to you? This is true for all signs, okay? Because the energy of this year is testing us to distract us to get into fear. And so when we remember who we are and what kind of world we live in, you just work in that way to make that happen, right? Take responsibility for who you are. If we all do that, the world will become a better place. Earth. Now, Earth people this month and this year have lots of wealth opportunities. And so lots of people get excited when I say, oh, wealth opportunities, yay. Wealth is work, all right? So it means that there's opportunities out there to make money. Are you ready to take advantage of them? Are you ready to go work towards them, right? Are you ready? And so, yeah, hard work. If you put in the effort, you could go make new connections. You could get new clients. Now, will they actually turn into long-term events? That depends on you, right? But there are opportunities out there, maybe to get a better job, those types of things. And this is wealth coming with wood, which is influence. So potentially a job, promotion, a raise, but influence element as well. And for women, this could potentially mean a man. And for both Earth and males and females, you might meet someone new that's there. But if I say the influence element is there, and this is for some of you that study with me, all right, or have studied, the influence element also means there's an opportunity to be more disciplined, more focused, especially because of the wood of the year, right? And to really set into plan. I said earlier this year, one of the big themes for this year is commitment, right? The key to making the life you want is actually commitment, right? So for Earth people, this is a great month to continue with your commitments. And yeah, great. Metal has output and wealth. Okay, so water is output and wood is wealth. So for metal people, this is a great month to have ideas, to write, to create opportunities that will turn into more money. I'm actually going to teach a workshop coming up in the next couple of months around fertility and 5 elements and charts. And so this would be a month that for metal people, women, output is the children's element, that potentially they could get pregnant easier too, if that's something that you're looking for. All right, so let's go into the 12 animals here. All right, so the 12 animals, the tiger, the rabbit, the dragon, all these different animals. So let's just really focus perhaps on the year animals. So that the tiger sign, yeah, like the tiger sign this month, this is primarily on the stars and also stars. Note that this is fluffy, guys, okay? Because really an in-depth chart reading is looking at all the elements, but we're just having some fun here, all right? So the tiger with the rabbit is again the same element. There are stars that show career progress, and if you have the ability to have the courage, and there's no negative influence between the tiger and the rabbit, so there's a connection opportunity for you to grow. Okay, so if you have the courage to say yes, right, you could actually move forward in your career, particularly because the year is more career, right? Be easygoing and communicative, and then that will help you with, yeah, that's always good advice, isn't it? The tiger has money opportunities this month. Go after them. And actually, the tiger, being the tiger year, the whole year, last month probably was intense for tigers. Not that it wasn't intense for the whole world. It still continues. The tiger this whole year should be focusing on growth because it is your animal. It is your year. And what that means, it's like Jupiter is in your sign. Are you ready to grow? Right? Are you ready to go forward with what that is? It's like, take advantage. This is another month where you can move forward with that. The rabbit, smooth month, right? Rabbit month, and rabbits tend to like each other. It's good. You might have wealth and investment opportunities coming through friends, right? Because it's the same element, or certainly more social activities coming. There's a little bit can happen like with when two signs are there, that there's a bit of competition again feeling there. So just it's like be upfront in dealing with problems. That's such a rabbit thing to not be upfront. The rabbit so often it hates confrontation, that sign. So it's like but the part of life is learning to speak up with what's going on without punishing or without being mad, like how can you do that? So yeah, make sure just take care of your health and you'll be fine. The dragon. The message that I'm saying to all dragons in 2022 is a little bit, this is a soul searching year for you. All right. And so because you're really looking at what parts in your life are working and what parts are not, right? And so in general, you are not advised throughout the whole year, and I would say this month and next month particularly, to take a stand where you might lose if you're trying to win. You know what I mean? Like your better position this year is a low profile. This is a year to be reflective, not so much a year to take change. I mean, unless you're in a position where you can afford, because you're not necessarily going to find better. You're meant to look at what's going on around you to see if what I'm looking at serves me or not. And the opportunity always is with what's happening out there is what of me is creating this, right? And so, yeah, I think you will feel some stress this month in different ways. Like things are just not in general flowing smoothly for you this year, but that's okay. We all have years like that. This is the year then that makes you really look at, okay, which friends are positive, which ones are not, right? Like what's important to me, and be the change. You can't expect other people to change and then you'll be happy. You actually have to start with yourself. The snake has lots of good stars in order to get out there and try new things, be positive, take risks, all that's there for you. You might make some new friends, all that type of stuff is happening for you this month. And so really simply have a good month, step towards your goals and enjoy it. Horse. The horse with the rabbit, you can look forward to career progress. There's opportunities for learning and new experiences. There's opportunities for support. It's another peach blossom. The rabbit, by the way, is also a peach blossom animal, so there'll be more socializing, right? All the mandates are being lowered. People are getting out and doing things more. Horses might spend some money this month, right? And so, so I have to watch their budgets a bit if that's an issue, but they're going to want to spend money. But people in general for the horse this month are very supportive, okay? The goat, Actually, the goat has a combination with the rabbit, but yet there's some stars there that show don't be naive. Be careful, right? Just be careful. And so goat people who are willing, though, to look at difficult things and to be able to do what needs to be done that's difficult will reap big rewards. Okay. And so this will set the path for you in future growth. Now, many of you last year with the clash, the goat, have struggled. And many times when we struggle, and a clash just means change and you don't like the change. Different things come up. It's like so many of us don't like what's happening in the world, but if there's anything that's true, it's change. So the goat this year, if you can embrace change and face what needs to be done, this will take your life to happiness that you can't imagine. Now, truly, all right? This is where better relationships, like sometimes you have to speak up and say, this isn't working for me. And so the energy of the rabbit this month will give you the support that you need to actually speak the truth. Monkey is going to have a good month. All right. Troubles and challenges will be easily resolved. There's noble people happening there for you, which is great. And so, yeah, things will be easy for you in general, lots of fun, and just make sure you don't have too much fun, that you keep your eye on the long-term goals. Now, it's especially important too, when I say in general that you're going to have a good month, it is easy then to become lazy. Whereas in astrology, we prefer, if you're smart, you take holidays when it's so-called not a good month. And so Marissa, I spoke about the horse, and so you're going to have to go back and listen to that when this gets posted live. And so the monkey can look forward to an easy month, but that also can mean that then they don't pay attention to their goals and things, and then next month they're going to find themselves in a little bit of issues. Okay, and so just be careful. Enjoy your month, but also pay attention to your commitments. All of you, what are your commitments, right? Like, we're going to get distracted this year. The rooster overall is going to have a very good year. And if they're hardworking, this is another month, even though it's a clash month, where you will experience positive results, right? There are people there to help you. It's a peach blossom sign. You might meet someone, that might happen. But there are wealth opportunities for you. And so take the clash and use the clash to create the change in your life where you are favored by favorable stars to take a risk, make a change, and you will see the results that you want. The dog will experience some difficulties this month. Now the dog, actually, and you're wondering, those of you who study, it's like, oh, the dog and the rabbit have signs. Being distracted, no kidding. And so the dog with the rabbit is friends. And yet, often with friendships, with the stars that are present, it can show there's some things behind the scenes that you don't see going on, okay? And so you'll be able to solve any problems that come up, but don't be naive thinking there are no problems, because what people say might not be actually what happens for you, okay? And so just to look at that. And that you might also have a tendency to party too much this month, which might cause some health issues. So, pay attention, all right, to that. It's like, make sure you get enough rest and take care of yourself, but you will do fine. The pig is overall having a good year, and this is another month where they're going to have a blessed month, which is great. And there's wealth opportunities for you. Do you know what the biggest obstacle for all of us is to making more money? Is our sense of worthiness. Especially as women, but it happens to men as well, right? Like, it's like worthiness. So many of us we're maybe in our 50s and 60s, and we still hear the tapes in our head that our parents or different people gave us. Women were supposed to let other, people, like my mom didn't even know how to balance a checkbook, and so it was like the thought of a woman earning more money than a man was unheard of when I was a child. And if she did, she was alone. right? And single. So unworthiness can show up in so many different ways. The opportunity of this year for all of us is to break through our unworthiness, and it'll show up in different ways. And this is where meditation is important. And this is where looking at even, why did I choose to be born into this dysfunctional family? What is the opportunity? Can you be grateful for your life? So many pigs are easygoing, too easygoing. And so they just never quite have the courage to step up. This is a year to find your courage. And that's a tough thing because in the chart for this year, there is no metal. So overall for the year, there's not a lot of courage this year. But we can all fake it till we make it. This is something that we can learn. We are conscious beings, right? Courage. So the pig has lots of opportunities this month. Use them to get ahead. It's not an opportunity then to spend more money on a bottle of wine. You know, like be smart here, please. So the rat will have some ups and downs this month. The rat and the rabbit have an interesting connection that they call an impertinence penalty or some other things. But some of that comes with feelings of betrayal or being let down. But it also comes with huge feelings of attraction. Okay? And so the rat may feel a huge connection with somebody and attraction that does not turn out the way you thought it would turn out. And this may have been a theme throughout your life. So you might have a theme running in your life that says, oh, I'm always betrayed, or I can't trust love, or, you know, that type of a thing. My teachers would say to me, if I was talking about that, where am I betraying myself? And where am I betraying others? Because lessons keep on showing up in our lives as long as we are creating them for others. Okay? So the rat is going to have a really busy social month and experience lots of fun. And this is an opportunity for you to have integrity and to not just jump at having too much fun, right? And to be with your values. So yeah, and as a result of too much fun, you might have some stomach-related health issues. All right, but still, it's like in general, those types of things when it talks about a month aren't important to me. It's more like, what are the bigger lessons that we can learn? This is a month where you can actually practice your own values while you're having fun, because what you will see is your old patterns will disappear. You see, we can transcend the initial charts we were born with when we learn how to master the challenges we came in with. So last but not least is the ox. Okay, and so the ox will experience a nice month, okay, and enjoy stability in career and income and have support from people. You know, the ox, it's like in general a happy month. Partly that's because the tiger year with the ox is a combination called a secret combination, but there's pleasant stars for the ox this month. So enjoy it, right? And so the ox as well, overall though, I would say too, the opportunities for you this year are to be clear on what you want and where you're going, and to bring in the changes that are necessary to, you know, to get there, right? That's true for all of us, but the ox, it's an opportunity for you this year. So let's just talk a little bit about Feng Shui. And so I'm going to give you some activations, okay, too, and to do that as well, okay? So the Feng Shui, the method that I'm talking about right here, you're very welcome, Aman, is flying stars, okay? And so flying stars, but, you know, and some teachers talk about stars being negative and being afraid and all those types of things. It's like really each star offers us opportunities, and each star interacts with us differently. And I actually want to talk about just a bit the Feng Shui Mastery course that I teach, which is a year-long course, you know, I'm still taking in 1 or 2 more students, okay, but this is the last time I'm doing that. You will learn more. And what's the difference with that class is actually, let me say with that, is it's a what I'm not going to be able to do moving forward the way I have been is the one-on-one help I give you throughout the course, right? Teaching the different things. So here I'm just talking about a little bit of flying stars, but the flying stars are dependent on the forms, and they're dependent on the elements that they are interacting with the person. Okay, so people will say, oh, avoid the center because the 5 is there. That's not necessarily true. It depends on what star you are and what are the forms of the house and how does the chi flow. And it's not doomsday if it's a problem, because the question then is, our homes reflect our subconscious beliefs. If you're ready to start working with that, as you work on your inner things, your home will change. You know the saying, change your space, change your life, but change your life, your space will change. All right. Now this month, and I just want to make this simple, is the southeast, the combinations I like the most are combinations with the stars, but the Hey-2 combos, okay, the early heaven combos. So we have 9-4 in the southeast, right, which is when you have a Hey-2, so wood feeding fire, right? Fire for the transformation. I'm really focusing a lot on the fire right now because we're going into age 9. So if you have a window in the southeast, if you can clean the southeast, if you can hang out in the southeast sector of your home has very good energy this month, particularly. It even does really all year, but this month with the Hey-2 combo in there, it's great. Okay. I also really like the north this month, and I am not worried about the 3 killings. Okay, the 3 killings can only be activated by outside excavations. Okay, and if that's the case, I mean, this is where you need to get into more studies and then activate the positive nobleman, right? Like the sun or fortune virtue or dragon virtue. Like things happen, but I so believe that things happen to show, I believe the world is friendly in my life, right? Even though stuff happens, because when I see that the world is friendly, it is there to show me what do I need to release in my life or grow in my life so that I can raise my vibration, so that I can incarnate again in a higher place, right? So the north is great. It has 6-1 there this month. Career advancement, academic pursuits, excellence in sports, but it's just a great energy. The Northwest has 2-6. It's really good. The 6 is good for spiritual studies. So the Northwest is great as well. And then if you know how this interacts with your stars, use them. And then, of course, the Northeast all year is great with the 8 there. But the 8, you know, it's this month with the 4. But the 8 is slow, right? But yeah, overall, the best sectors this month are Southeast, Northeast, North, and Northwest. However, say you need a little bit of action happening in your life, okay? Then use the West. The 3 and the 7 are there this month. They're aggressive stars. If you need some courage, or if you need, you know, like you can use them all. What could that mean? Well, sit there, clean there, work there, be there, you know? Yeah, and so I'm going to just leave that with that because it's really more than just talking a little bit about this. I actually also want to say, remember last month I said every month if you made a commitment to one activity, it could change your life this year, right? So my commitment last month was to do more walking and to bring in more walking. And so I definitely, and to eat more consciously. So I've been doing that. It's like declare and continuing with the declutter. All right. And so that definitely, so this month, what do you commit to, right? Right? What is the area? Are you committing to grow your business? Are you committing to heal a relationship? Are you committing to being a nicer person? Are you committing to consciously having more joy in your life? I don't know, right? Anyways, there's a few stars. I'm just going to give you these activations and they will, 2 of these are for popularity. Now, why would you need more popularity? Well, popularity can be, do you need a bigger network? You know, like, do you need, like, we all need to know people. So March 11th, if you know where Northwest 3 is, at 11:30 in the morning, you know, you can activate that sector. It's a water pig day, and I'm making these all so simple. You can activate no matter what sign you are, but what will happen is if it clashes with you is it'll have less effect. That's okay. It's not going to hurt you. Okay. Now, so Northwest 3 at 11:30 a.m. Good for popularity. The simplest thing is put a bucket of water there with a pump in there for a couple hours, right? It's like doing acupuncture for your house. You know, it's like when I do acupuncture on my body, I can feel it throughout my whole body. This is awakening points in your house. Okay, so if you know where Northwest 3 is, to find that, you know, template over your house. And if you don't, send me your floor plan with your address and I'll send it back to you, right? Okay, March 23rd, Wood Pig Day, same time. Northwest 3, same sector, pig. And this is, again, it's a success day. It's a great day. This is good for activating popularity, particularly if it connects to your chart, all right? And so, yeah, again, just put water there for a couple hours in a pump. And ideally with the pump, it's just that the water on the surface is circulating. Can you make it bigger? Yes. But even just small is good, all right? Open the windows, clean that sector. March 26th, 7:30 in the morning, South 2. I want you to put a candle in the horse sector, South 2, okay? This is about seeking for, it says closure and pardon for ascension. But what it is asking for the fire inside yourself to be activated to show you what needs to be released so that you can have peace and happiness in your life. Right? Like what needs to be forgiven, and then to give forgiveness to what needs to be forgiven. But it's a good time to have a candle offering and a prayer and to connect with period 9. So March 26th at 7:30 in the morning, horse sector. And then I have a wealth activation, March 31st, Northwest 3, again in the pig, right, at 7:30 p.m. Just put water there for a couple hours, okay? So that takes me to the end of today. My wish again for you is that 2022, the last one is 7:30 p.m. On the 23rd, thanks. The 23rd is 11:30 a.m. Yeah. So my wish for you is that 2022 may be a year where you awaken to your highest potential. What's your highest potential? Is actually to feel love. It's not the stuff, right? And then when you feel love, the stuff comes. May the healing power of grace give you the courage to be the person you long to be in order to be happy. May your angels help and support you to stop running away from your fears. May your guides guide you to the opportunities waiting for you to activate the life you desire. And may 2022, the year of the water tiger, bless you in every way. Be a blessing and give blessings. Make sure you are signed up for my newsletter on my website, because the full moon circles each month are another part where we do the yin work. Activations are yang, but we do the yin work, okay? Yes, you can do, can more than one location be activated a month? These activations that I'm giving to you, Calvin, are just 2 hour. I'm recommending just do 2-hour activations with water, right? Like a big bucket of water. And so, yes, more than one location can activate, but like I'm not sure what you're all asking there, but for me, there's times I activate different things. Yeah. So there are a couple other classes coming up, but I'm going to share those in the newsletter. I've had to reschedule them for a couple different reasons, partly because I'm putting new content into them and I don't have enough time through different things to put the new content the way I want in the classes. So I'm creating some better classes, and they're just one-day classes coming up. So make sure you're signed up for those. And the big thing too is, like, if you were ever wanting to work with a master or to work with someone who would help explain the Feng Shui to you as you go through the Feng Shui and the Batsi throughout from now till November, you know, through this whole mastery program, this is the year to do it, because I'm not going to do this again in this way. So if you're interested in knowing more, you know, contact us and we'll let you know what that looks like. Melanie, yes, you can do a single. So you activate what is your space. If you have a whole house, ideally it's the outer part of the house inside the house. But if all you have is a room or you're a student, then you activate the room. You divide it over the room. You're very welcome, Aman. You're very welcome to all of you. It's like, so do you value gentleness? I just want to sign with this too. It's like, if you value gentleness, be gentle. If you value kindness, be kind. You know, if you value respect, be respectful. If you value integrity, have integrity. This is how we will create a new world. We are actually waking up to that we are the change, right? And yes, we can use metaphysics to support us. But if you really need to wake up to you're the change, some stuff might happen that you have to look at what that's like, right? So that's why, like in the moon circle and different things, and this is all strictly volunteer, it's about creating community where we consciously hang out with people who want more consciousness in their lives, who want to bring that in, because that helps each of us to raise our vibration. I wish you all a fantastic Water Rabbit month. I'm excited to be with you. I look forward to seeing you on the 16th in the full moon group. Please share out my Facebook here if you find this valuable, right, to others. And please share out the full moon. It's free to other people so that they can join that as well. Let's create a community of people who want to be the change. Yeah, love and light to all.